Hey guys, have you ever encountered 3 short funny events that have happened in your life? Well, here's 3 of mine. Or at least, I found them to be quite funny. Are they that eventful? No, they are not. First story. I was sitting at lunch with my 2 other friends, and we were just talking and eating. Nothing that big happened. Until I noticed these 2 girls walking around, going from table to table. One was holding a phone, and the other was holding headphones that were connected to the phone. I figured they were interviewing random people at every single table in the lunchroom, and then at some point, they got to our table, and they asked my friend these questions, and the conversation went something like this. Name. What? Name. Anonymous. Who would you date in school? I'm not telling you. It's for a project. I don't care, I'm not telling you if something like that is personal. You're not providing for my project. I could easily tell this wasn't a project they were working on, because when I looked at her phone, I saw she was making a TikTok out of the interview she did. But here's the funny part. The next day, that same girl comes to our table and asks us, "Do you guys have a 10? I already have a 20. She was probably looking for change to use at the vending machine, but none of us had a 10. So I answered her question right there. "I'm sorry, but we are poor." Then she said, "None of you help." And then she left us alone. Moral of the story? Don't ask random people personal questions for TikTok, and be prepared with money to use at the vending machine. Or at least, that's what I learned. Next story. It was gym class, and we were playing volleyball, but without a net. We were all standing in rows, and my row was at the very back. I see the ball come towards me, and I quickly hit it. But when I did hit it, I accidentally hit this girl in front of me in the back of the head. Surprisingly, she wasn't mad at me because it was an accident, but I might have irritated her for the rest of the day. While her friend, who was next to her, was just clapping for me. Maybe because they were having a small argument, and I stopped it. Moral of the story? Watch where you hit the ball, because you might hit someone. Again, that's just what I learned. Last story. It was the middle of math class, and we were watching as the teacher went over a problem. All of a sudden, we hear this tiny alarm that sounded like a police car. When the teacher heard it, she immediately told us to check our phones, because apparently that alarm is an emergency signal that can signal the police to come to our location when there's an emergency. I checked my phone, and to my surprise, I saw the notification that signaled the alarm. I immediately got up and told them that it was my phone that went off, and that I swear it was an accident. The teacher pulled me outside and told me that I wasn't in trouble, but that I had to call my mom because apparently the notification can also go out to your parents, and the teacher didn't want her to worry. So she made me do it in front of her. When I got home, my mom asked me if I was okay, and that she did get worried for a moment. And I told her it was okay. Moral of the story? Always have your ringer off in class, because you don't want the police to go to your school. Once again, that's at least what I learned. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed my first episode of 3 Funny Stories. I'll see you later.